Picture this. You're a 13-year-old boy in the Balkans who just wants to be like the big creators. A lot of big creators already exist, so he needs to make something outstanding to deal with the competition. Make YouTube videos?
Yes!
Well, that didn't work.
Bruh.
Work on modding currently popular video game franchises?
I think the video's almost done. Now that I've taught you how to make your own week, your own character, your own stage, your own song. Now.
Nope. Stop motion! Oof. A video game? Hell yeah. Maybe not. Making a video game doesn't only require to know how to code, which is already impossible to learn, but you also need to know how to draw, animate, make sprites and backgrounds, compose music, and so many other stuff. So, how did we get here? The year was somewhere between 2016 and 2017, the prime of childhood. Me and my friends had just found about Five Nights at Freddy's. We had all started playing it, talking non-stop about it, drawing fan art, drawing OCs, making memes. We were even playing the game in real life. Good times. One thing made me different from my friends though. I wanted to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's. So there it started. It was all kept in my little childhood brain. Every single detail of the main story, down to every single lore fact. My friends loved the idea of it, mainly because the animatronics were named after them. And then we started playing my game instead of Five Nights at Freddy's in real life. And then it came. That one single question. What is your game called? That really just hit me right in the head. What was I supposed to call my game? I instantly replied to them with Five Nights at Jan's. But when I came to think of it, Five Nights at Jan's wasn't very original, and neither did FNaF sound good. So I'm like, wait no! If it's a pizzeria, why doesn't it work all the days in the week? People have birthdays on Saturday and Sunday too. Let's call it Seven Nights at Jan's instead. Everyone liked the idea. While everyone was putting their names after Five Nights at, I began trying to make this idea into reality. I drew so many concepts for the animatronic. I watched so many tutorials about Unity, Visual Studio, Python, Unreal Engine, Game Maker Studio, and so many other game making engines that got recommended as easy to me. But sadly, none did work. I started to think that all hope was lost. The only thing that kept me alive was the fact that when I grow up I might know more about making games, and then I might make Seven Nights at Jan's. And that was it. The end. It was just gonna be another childhood memory. Until 13th of November 2021. There was this virus still going on, and we were all locked up in our homes, glued to the screens of our laptops, stuck in online school. I wasn't paying attention to the teachers, mainly because they didn't know what an internet is, and because I always find a way to cheat on tests and exams. Yeah, I wasn't the best kid. So I'm stuck there, doing absolutely nothing for 2 entire years. I wasn't going to let that happen. So one night, after school, or what was left of school, I just 100%ed a FNaF fangame. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own FNaF fangame. But then again, what characters am I gonna use? What about the story? And then my brain just unlocked. 7 Nights at Jan's. Everything. I remembered everything. The characters, the story, the lore. And I was like, I'm really gonna make that game. And you're probably thinking, how exactly are you going to do that if you couldn't do it when you were younger? And you're right. I still didn't know how to code, how to make sprites, how to compose music. So then, how did I accomplish what we have now? Scratch. If you don't know what Scratch is, it's basically a web-based programming engine for children where actual code is replaced with blocks. Now this is really cool for kids wanting an easy start in learning the basics of programming, like variables and such. However, Scratch is very limited, which led to splitting the quality of my game in half. Well, you see, I didn't exactly use Scratch. All of this is possible because of Turbowarp. Now, basically, Turbowarp is a mod for Scratch which allowed various customization for projects such as more FPS, custom stage size, and most importantly, the Turbowarp packager. That thing lets you use your Scratch/Turbowarp project and convert it into a .exe, .dmg, or .html program. I used it because there was no way I was gonna let 7 Nights at Jan's stay rotting at the Scratch website nerfed by the kid-friendly filters, which Scratch fortunately has. So that's how I coded my game. Well, what about everything else? Huh? You still have a shit ton of things to make. Right. Introducing Roblox. A multi-billion-dollar company that didn't have to do anything more than create an easy learning engine for making video games that can only be published to their website. Think of it as Scratch, but 3D. Truly a genius way to make money, but with one fatal mistake. You might be thinking, but that's just a kid's game, right? Well, as more adults joined the player base, as well as developers making games for money instead of clout and fame as they used to, Roblox just stopped being what used to bring me joy and memories, and became a website that allowed people to gamble with real money and could expose innocent kids to fetishes and kinks. Because let me explain before you click off. Just like every game has disgusting artwork made for it, Roblox what's so-called Rule 34 exists on the official website with no age restriction at all and with everyone having full access to it. Anyways, I got a little carried away. With Roblox Studio to be exact, the program that let you make games for Roblox, I managed to build the map and the 3D models of the animatronics. Well, I didn't exactly build them. I just used a very popular plugin by the user Already Pro that let me just insert a player's character into the game instantly. I decided to use my friend's Roblox characters because what I was originally planning was straight up cursed. Making the map wasn't so hard either. You just had to be patient and build it block by block. Okay, that's cool, but what about sprites in music? Shut up! Sprites. Going back to Turbowarp, there's a unique sprite editor which let me make the most of the GUI for the game. The other part was screenshots of Roblox Studio and Photoshop. That way I could easily switch from coding to editing the sprites. So then I began. I started making the game, building it all together. So then I began. I started making the game, building it all together. Everything was perfect. Now for the music and sound effects, let's just say I borrowed some online. With all these things done, I finally made my game. It was perfect. I ported it into a .exe and .dmg executable program instead of an .sb3 Scratch project and invited my friends to beta test it.
The is this game, bro? Now.
Bruh. They all loved the game. That childhood moment brought back to life. It was the best thing I've ever experienced. One thing I really got proud of was me getting the game for mobile too. The Turbowarp packager didn't have an option to port the game into an .apk app, so I found another program that lets you make a .html website into an app. So I ported 7 Nights at Jan's while changing some things to be touchscreen friendly into a .html file, and then used that program to convert it into an app. Everything was ready. I finally posted my game on GameJolt. And that concludes my story. I didn't learn how to properly make a game. I just found another way to make one. So if you want to make a game, I highly recommend using Scratch to just play around a bit, but you should really focus on actual game making engines. I'm sorry if you just learned about the harsh truth about Roblox, but I'm pretty sure if you ignore it and play only your favorite games with your best friends, you can still have a fun time on that platform. And if you've made it this far into the video, here's some exclusive 7 Nights at Jan's 2 sneak peeks. And as always...
Oh, don't forget to like this video, subscribe. I want to get thousands of subscribe, more subscribes, more cool videos just like that. And the most important thing, leave a comment, what do you want to be the next video?